Welcome to Comment Cocktails. I'm your host, Derek Schomer. That's Ian Andrews, and today we're going to shake it up a whole lot of different.
But not shake these up.
Exactly, because that causes explosions.
Yes.
Typically, we do cocktails. People seem to really like our beer stuff, which is very strange.
And I love beer. So
and I like beer.
Right at home with that.
My father is a home brewer. He also brews at home, drinks at home.
Batches.
I drink it here. I've got a whole beer tap. And so I thought, it's been literally 3 weeks going, how can I present the Gulden Draak product in a way that adds tons of value to people, to me, and just changes experiences. And then I found the cheese in my refrigerator. I was like, wait.
Cheese.
It was one of those epiphany moments, and I said, let's do this.
The light bulb came on.
Exactly.
So we got some cheese, we got some beer, and we're going to wrap it up with some chocolate.
Because this is
supposed to pair very well with dark chocolate. So
that's the triple. So that is called
the quadruple.
The Gulden Draak, Gulden being golden. Triple Ale.
Dragon.
Yes, Golden Dragon. Oh, that's true. Drac is also not assumed to know what that means.
Gulden Draak would be was it German?
It is, no, I don't know. No, it's not German.
It would be a Scandinavian?
It's probably, Scandinavian, Belgian, I don't know.
So they sent along a couple 4-packs of this, and they sent along this awesome, like...
Yeah, it's a cool glass.
Yeah. It's an egg. It's supposed to be a dragon egg sitting on like in a tree. That's your triple. It's got a beer advocate score of 94, which is pretty high.
Pretty high, yeah.
The Gulden Draak 9000 Quadruple. That's not 2 times a triple, but it is more. Is got a beer advocate score of 91. Golden color, caramely brown color.
Well, I think the misconception, if you're not familiar with Belgians, is that a quadruple is going to be darker than a triple.
Oh, because it's got a bigger number.
Because it's more.
Because it's more, it's going to be more. No, that's not necessarily true. The ABV, what are the ABVs on these?
They're about 10.5 each.
Both, okay.
One's 10.7, I think.
And that's going to have a bolder flavor.
That's 10.5.
If by just the quadruple rules, I did some research, and it's got a little bit more of a full body, rich malty flavor.
So I say the first thing we do is we taste the beer by itself.
Yep.
And let's talk about the beer.
Yeah, because the cheese is going to change your palate because it's going to add a little fatty layer to it.
I like the head on that.
I do. Well, that one's not too bad. I'm going to drink from the chalice. Ooh. Smells nice.
Something wrong with this boy. That is smooth.
There's definitely something wrong with me.
There's some danger involved in that one. Because
carbonation?
I believe this is a naturally carbonated beer, so it
seems like it's hot. Well, that one is.
It fermented in the fermenter, obviously, but then I believe it's bottle conditioned or keg conditioned, so there's still yeast in there fermenting while it's in the bottle, I believe, and that's what if I read that right, then that's what's providing the head.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 ways of carbonating. You can force carbonate, in which you inject carbonation into a compressed container and let it absorb into the beer using Boyle's Law, science. And then there's
I love science.
Cask conditioning or keg conditioning or bottle conditioning, where you add yeast in there, and yeast is not only what makes the alcohol to start with, it eats the sugar, and it poops out alcohol and carbon dioxide.
And we like the alcohol part.
We like the alcohol
part. Carbon dioxide, give or take.
Well, that's the bubbles. So what you're doing is, if you're making your bottle your closed container, then your yeast is eating your malts in there, and it's not pooping out too much alcohol, but it is producing a lot of carbon dioxide, which is going to force its way back into the beer. So when you're
like you look at their breweries, their photos, they're perfect.
Yeah,
like you can eat off the floors.
Absolutely, you have to be. You don't want contamination.
No, but
that's
like
what you do.
If you have a home brewer, they typically have the sediment at the bottom that you pour everything but that.
That's because home brewers don't have the filtering mechanisms to filter out all the yeast before bottling.
And then sometimes they blow up. All kinds of cool stuff happens.
Sometimes there's ways to prevent that.
Yeah, it's not a preferred. It's not. You don't try to do that.
Luckily.
But let's drink some cheese.
Let's drink some. Yeah. What do you? Yeah. What should we start with here? Start with something relatively tame.
Okay. So this is my baseline. This is just extra sharp.
Okay.
Cabot Farms, Vermont, locally sourced.
Locally sourced.
Sorta.
Cabot.
So how do you typically eat your cheese? Yeah, it's Vermont. You just throw it in your mouth. So it says that the Gulden Draak is a high fermentation beer with a secondary fermentation. For secondary fermentation, wine yeast is used. Yes. Also contributes to unparalleled taste.
Yes, it's really good. So when I say a top fermenting yeast, that means it's an ale. So it's an ale yeast. So it's fermented at a higher temperature than a lager. Lager yeasts thrive at a colder temperature. Ale yeasts thrive at a warmer temperature. The secondary fermentation with the different yeast is yeast has different tolerances to alcohol. So if you use a specific yeast, it may stop being able to convert alcohol once the medium that it's in reaches a certain alcohol content. So the secondary fermentation, you're adding a different type of yeast that's more alcohol tolerant, so it can go on producing more alcohol.
Yeah, because it will eventually kill itself off.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you try this one with that one?
I did. Yeah. So cheddar. I mean, I love cheddar. It goes well with this. I think.
It's to me, it doesn't enhance or detract from it. That one's a little bit more. That one has a little bit more of a dry sensation, I think. Like,
well, the beer itself is sweet and malty.
Right, and I think it tones it down a little bit with the sharp.
Yeah.
Like this one is the double ale cheddar. That's probably still plays in that same.
Let's go with that because this is an ale. We got a double ale cheddar here. This seems like a natural.
So we actually have 2 ales.
Second.
So it's like a double ale. Smells good. That one kind of works a little bit better.
Yeah, I think so.
Than there's some lingering flavor where with the extra sharp it kind of dulled it away a little bit, and it did change some of the sweet levels.
The sharp kind of took the spotlight.
Yeah.
And the beer didn't really. Not that's bad. I mean, we love the cheese, but it didn't pair. So this is the.
So these are the
Bellavitano.
What do they call these though? They're hard.
Bellavitano.
There's a name for this.
Washed rind cheese.
Yeah, washed rind cheese, where they like not salt. What's the other thing? It's like salt. No, it is salt. I'm thinking salt.
Yeah.
Salt and vinegar, right? Something like that. And they condition it, and then they think they dip this one in like a Merlot.
Merlot, yeah.
And
so
then,
you get the Merlot color on the outside.
And sometimes they say you don't need to eat that part. It sometimes grows fuzziness and whatever, but
hard.
it's supposed to be.
It kind of protects it in case of the cheese, yeah.
Well, that's different. I wasn't expecting that.
It's like a sweet hard cheese,
but
it's creamy.
Yeah, it's creamy. It breaks up really quick.
Yeah, it's a little bit sharp.
That tastes pretty good.
It does. It's not as sharp as a cheddar,
No.
but it's got like a creaminess when you're chewing it that lends to the flavor of the beer, I think, really well.
But it still coats your mouth. I think I like it better with this one.
This one than this one?
Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe that one's got a little bit more of a caramel flavor, and I like that toffiness or candiness.
Oh, I get the Merlot a little bit.
Really? All right.
I get a little bit of a wine taste in there.
Yeah, I still like it with that one better.
Good fun. I like beer and cheese. This is awesome. The chilled beer cheese?
Do it. Yeah, what's that?
Chilled beer cheese. So what is this?
This one?
Smoked cheddar cheese.
I love smoked cheddar. Bring in the bacon. Whoa.
Smoky cheddar.
Like smoky.
This is the kind of cheese that you'd put in like a beer and cheese soup. Ooh.
That's a lot.
I don't like this one with the beer, to be honest with you.
I don't know if I like this one at all. Well, 2 calories. Smoked chili, Vermont raw milk, cheddar cheese.
Raw milk. So this should be nice and
As
smooth,
opposed
right?
to, what would unraw milk look like?
Pasteurized.
Oh, okay.
It's got some backhand heat in the cheese.
Was it?
Not much. I mean, it's not like a
No, I thought it was going to be chili.
Scoville or anything, but
Why, you want to add some Naga chili pepper vodka to this?
nope.
No.
It almost has a little bit of smokiness to it, right? Smoked chili, yeah. But not as heavy as the...
No, not as heavy as
cheddar.
cheddar is just so distracting amount of smoke.
This is definitely better with the beer, I think. It's not
If
overpowering.
you like a little bit of spice.
Yeah, not too much.
the
It's just
beer.
like you feel it a little bit.
But you could sip on the beer, enjoy the beer, and still get the spice after.
Yeah. So that's not the last one, though.
No, I know.
Okay.
But this is the one that doesn't stink.
Yeah, let's do this one before we...
All right, I don't actually know how to do this, so here.
You don't know how to...
Where am I going to put it? On the edge of the thing and then shoot it? Oh, whatever. This brings in your traditional
Garlic?
creamy Swiss French onion.
Orange onion.
So French onion in beer. Is it going to be too much of a sensation? Or is it going to work? Da-da-da. I need some background music.
It works in its own way. It doesn't... So I think the trick is... I'm not a big enough beer and cheese pairing connoisseur
Which I don't know
to
if
say
they
that
exist.
things pair great, but I can say when things don't work.
That's all that matters.
And this doesn't not work.
And it doesn't detract or do any, I mean, you You can sit down and have this as a appetizer with your beer, and it's not like going to accent the beer a huge amount, but it's not taking away from my experience.
Almost like a pub snack with that French onion flavor to it.
I could sit in a Norwegian, Belgian, Scandinavian bar with my Gulden Draak and my Laughing Cow, and I will be happy. I'm good.
You might be even more happy with some Taglio Italian soft cheese.
Okay.
I don't know. This stuff is stanky.
It's supposed to stink. It's not supposed to taste stinky, though.
Get your cracker ready, buddy.
It looks like sour cream with a little pink crust around it.
Well, the thing is, you don't have to eat the crust, I don't think. I think
Well,
you
you
probably stay away from the crust.
But you put it on here.
I'll eat it then. I don't give a damn what you do.
So,
Doesn't taste nearly as strong as it smells.
no, that's what they say.
It pairs quite well.
Yeah. Well, it does, but
You hate that it pairs well, don't you?
yeah, dude. It smells like sour milk. Like if you leave milk in your car.
It smells like some milk fermented.
Yeah.
Oh. Imagine
What?
that.
It is cheese. It is fermented milk.
Yeah.
All right.
No, not a big.
Well, let's wash our mouths out. We got some chocolate to do. So this is supposed to pair very well with dark chocolate. So we picked up some Ghirardelli, different concentrations of cacao. So we got a 60% dark chocolate, 72% dark chocolate, and an 86% dark chocolate.
So the higher percentage, the more bad.
Well, that's the more dry and the less sweet.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know if that makes it a better pairing. The 60, there's the 72, there's the 86.
Wow. Okay. I don't think I need the whole thing. I like cheese.
Love chocolate.
Yeah.
Me too. I like them both. Chocolate goes really well with this.
Yeah, that one better.
Yeah.
This one, you lose like all of the sense of what it tastes like.
Yeah. We're starting with the 60, going to the 72.
These are harder too. That seems like the traditional chocolate, dark chocolate you get in like one of those really grandmother's candy box.
Yeah, again, I think I prefer the
Yeah, I
the
think
triple.
The triple is so far a winner. They're
I'm
not.
going to do a
impactful.
different order this time. I'm going to go with the quad first.
You think it's make a difference?
I just want to make sure that it's not tainted. Almost like an oily texture in the 86.
This is like my grandmother's chocolate. It has almost no taste, just cacao, which doesn't taste like chocolate.
Right.
It tastes like a cacao bean, bitten.
All in all, I think the triple is better with every single one of those chocolates.
Yeah. And all in all, I think the 86 or 60
Was the best.
was the best. Because as it gets up,
I almost wished I picked up some milk chocolate too to try milk against the dark.
it won't even matter because milk chocolate's just good. So there you go. Just something to think about. If you're looking, I say at the end of the day, the triple, Gulden Draak Triple, or the white bottle, if you, because it doesn't, I don't think even
It
really
doesn't say
says
triple, no.
on it, goes best if you're looking at a chocolate. I think in general, did we say the cheese?
I think the cheese paired well with the quad, yeah. So this needs a little bit of light in its life. This needs a little bit of dark in its life.
And then you end up with a flavorful pairing.
Yes.
So check out the Gulden Draak folks. They're teaming up with us in this episode so that I can help educate and tell people about their brand. On top of which I can help educate myself, you, and everybody else on some of the different flavor pairings because we've never done anything like this before.
No, this is unique.
And I know at this point the next thing people are going to want is whiskey and cheese. So maybe we just have to put it away for the next one.
Or whiskey and chocolate.
Or whiskey and chocolate.
Whiskey
or,
and chocolate are supposed to go well together.
See,
I've
so
got
there's
a few whiskeys out.
a lot of different angles you can go, and this is my first chance to experiment with a food pairing. If you want to share or any of that with any of our stuff, just use hashtag Conquer the Dragon.
Conquer the Dragon.
That's the Gulden Draak hashtag. Question of the day. We didn't ask a question yet, right? I know we were talking about cheese, so let's stick with the cheese for a second. We'll do cheese and chocolate. What's your favorite style of cheese? Do you like the stinky, soft, hard, cheddar, sharp? What is your favorite cheese? What have you paired it with? And what is your favorite chocolate? All right, we're done. We're teaching you how to drink cheese and beer. Try this.
In the straw.
Yeah.
Doesn't work very well that way.
I'm a huge fan of big, obnoxious garnishes.
I love the way that looks. I think it's a beautiful color drink.
It is.
I'm guessing it's going to taste good. It seems similar to something we made in the past.
Yep. And I just tasted it.